Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a cushion cover. We are going to tackle zip, which is one of the scariest step to take in sewing when we're starting. So we're finally going to go through it and you're going to see how easy it is to sew one in, especially in this kind of fashion, and you will be making cushion covers for everybody for Christmas after that, because it's the easiest thing ever. So let's get going. Alright, so after cutting your fabric, you should have two squares. At the bottom of them you should have two notches, and that's for the zipper. It tells you where to put it. Also the seam allowance at the bottom is going to be 2 centimeters instead of 1, just to make sure that when we are sewing the zipper onto the fabric, we are catching on the right part of the fabric. Alright, so the first thing to do is to finish the raw edges at each bottom of your fabric. So you're going to put a zigzag stitch or serge each piece individually, just the bottom piece, that's fine, and then you're going to put them right sides together and pin them in place. So now we are going to sew the bottom side shut, and first you're going to put the length around 2.5–3 with a stretch stitch. Make sure that you're putting a 2 centimeter seam allowance. So you're going to start from the edge to the first notch. Make sure to back tack at the edge and at the first notch. So now what we're going to do is just change the length of stitch to the maximum, and we are going to keep on going in between the two notches. So no need to back tack there because it's a basting stitch. It's a temporary stitch that we're going to take off once we have sewn the zipper on. So just keep on going in between the two notches. Once you've reached the second notch, you can go back to a regular size stitch length, like 2.5–3, and then we are going to do the same thing as the first part. We are going to back tack, sew it up to the edge, and then back tack again. Next, you're going to iron your seam open. Make sure that they are well open and well pressed together, because that's going to be the base to sew your zipper on. So once that's done, you're going to place your zipper teeth facing down onto your fabric. So when you're placing your zipper down, make sure that the teeth and the seam line are matching up, and just place a few pins across. So now it's time to change your foot to a zipper foot. So these ones are very common to find in fabric stores, but it should be part of your accessory pack when you buy your new machine. So I'm going to show you on a scrap of fabric how to sew your zipper. It's going to be a bit easier and a bit clearer for you. The first thing to notice is that the pull of your zip tab needs to be facing in the inside. It's just for practicality. And as for your foot, it's going to enable you to sew close to the zipper teeth without being unstable. So you will also notice that on the zipper tape, you're going to see some lines in the weave. So these can be used as a guide. So you can choose one of them and have an even sewing. It will help you guide you. So now you're just going to place your zipper under the foot and just choose one of these lines. And make sure to be aware of the little metal bits, because that can break your needle. And then you're going to start sewing on one side of the tape, and make sure you back tack and then go all the way to the other side. So once you reach the other side, just be aware of the zip pull. If you're too close to the teeth, it's not necessarily a problem, it's just that it might force you to deviate and your sewing line not to be too even. So once you've passed the beginning of the zip, you're going to leave your needle down and you're going to turn around like turning on a corner. And you're going to keep the two pieces of tape as close together as possible. Go across. If you need to, you can just leave your needle down, put your foot up and just reorganize everything. And once you're happy with the placement, just leave your needle down, turn your fabric around, and then just keep on going to the other side again. So once you've reached the other side of the tape, just turn around, go across, and you're done sewing your zipper. So that's how your zipper would look like from the right side of the fabric, and that's how it looks like from the wrong side. So now we need to open up the opening so we can use our zipper, and for that you need an unpick. So an unpick is very sharp, so you just need to be a bit careful when using it. So I'm wrapping it around my finger like this, and I'm finding one of the stitch. And as you can see, I'm not leaving it into my fabric and just pull open. It's going to cut my stitch, and then it's going to be a lot easier to free the rest of the zipper. Alright, so now we're going to finish up our cushion covers, and the first thing to do is make sure that the zipper is open, because otherwise you won't be able to turn your work inside out, and then you're going to put everything right sides together and pin it in place. And now you can sew the 3 remaining sides with a straight stitch and a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Make sure as well to finish up your seams with a zigzag stitch so it will avoid some fraying. Before we turn everything inside out, we will need to clip our corners. This will relieve bulk, and it will make sure that all your corners will look nice and sharp. So you just need to cut the seam allowance. Make sure not to cut your sewing line, just like so, so it's going to be a lot easier and a lot crisper later on. So you're going to do that in all your corners. Then you can turn it inside out and stuff your new cushion cover with a cushion, and you're all done. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful and that you're not scared of zippers anymore. If you're not anymore and want to sew zippers on everything, I would think that my job is done. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.